Hello guys. So first of all, I'm going to explain you at Vaanii that in SQL what are the topics are going to be covered, and at the end of the presentation you are going to know that in SQL journey what are the topics you are going to learn and how we are going to move forward. So we divided this SQL syllabus into 4 levels, and it's a journey on which we are going to start from 0 mile, and then the level 1 is the basic SQL, in the sense if any don't have any idea about SQL, for them we are going to start level 1 course, and then once you guys are done with level 1, I will explain you level 2 topics, and in that mostly DDL, DML, DCL, and single row functions. In level 3, it will be little advanced, where little complex join as well as analytical functions, index, constraint, and all will be explained. And level 4 is related to complex SQL as well as basic physical structure of database and architecture as well. So let's see in detail each level that what are the topics is going to be covered. So in level 1, the topics in the courses are the database introduction, SQL basic clause, and in the SQL basic clause I'm going to cover select and from, simple filter, where we are going to show you inequality operators, basically the algebraical operators equal to, greater than, less than, and all. And then advanced filter, where you are going to learn binary operators and or like the logical one, and then little complex like between, any, all, like, and then single row function for char in the upper, lower, trim, L trim, R trim, and the pad function will be covered. At the end of level 1, you are going to do practice on all the previous topics covered, and it is the basic concept of giving the name of this topic as mixed vegetable is here you are going to mix all the previous topics and going to mix and cook like a mixed vegetable. So if you can consider each topic as vegetable, so this is going to be a mix of vegetables. Let's walk through the level 2. So here in DXL, you are going to learn DDL, DML, DCL, and then the mixed vegetable too, to do practice on all the previous topics. And in the single row function, I'm going to cover first the char function. In that, substring and string replace, translate, length, and single row function for number. There, it's going to be covered as mod, round, trunk, seal, and floor. In the join topic, basically it's just going to be little simple join, in the sense I will cover 9i syntax and mostly joining two tables. And then aggregate, where you will be learn sum, average, mean, all the aggregate functions related queries. And again, we present to you the mixed vegetable 3 topics. Okay. Now let's see few more topics what we are going to cover in level 2. So single row functions related to conversion function, to char, to date, to number, and then the null functions, wherever we have to deal with the null value, how we can use these null functions to resolve the issues related to null. And then single row functions related to control, the sense, if else, decode and case. And then the single row functions related to date, like months between, add to date, and last date. Then mixed vegetable 4, mostly it will be revision of all the previous topics. Then in level 3, join topics related to little advanced, where it will have 8i syntax, the older one, and then joining more than 2 tables. Next one is the subquery, where the scalar subquery is mostly in basic, and in advanced we are going to cover correlated subquery, nested subqueries and all. And then the repetition of revising of all the previous topics. So we are putting a lot of mixed vegetables just to have more and more physically fit in terms of SQL knowledge. Then constraint, index, and analytical functions, where I will cover rank, dense rank, row number, lead, lag, list tag, connect, prior by, and then repetition of all the topics. And then in the level 4, we are going to train you on the partitioning concepts. In the basic partitioning, I'm going to cover the partition related to just list or range or hash and all. And in partition advanced, we will look into composite partition, that then tuning of equal, basic, and advanced, and then repetition of all the prior topics. Then we have introduced some theoretical concepts as well, like DBMS concept as well as normalization. So in the beginning of level 1, we'll give you little bit idea about the basic concept of DBMS, because I don't want to make it much more theoretical in the beginning itself and boring. So later on at the end of the SQL course, you will get some idea about DBMS theoretical concept and then normalization. And architecture of database. And basically in the tuning concept, sometimes wrapping and paging happens to bring the most used data in the memory. So we will just look into some of the concept of swapping and paging, and storage as well as table space like physical and logical structure of database, and then mixed vegetable 8. So we have introduced total 8 mixed vegetables where you will revise all the previous topics at least 8 times. Okay. So these are the topics we are going to cover in SQL course. Thank you all for taking time out to listen to my presentation. And it will be a nice journey. And after each and every module, you will have test as well as exam just to check yourself if you are fit to move forward for the next journey, or you have to just go back once more and try it out once more and then be master in that module and move forward in the journey. So there are altogether 40 modules in SQL to cover, and each and every module you can test yourself and get tested by the instructor as well. That's why we have test and assignment. So basically the assignment will go to teacher who will check your answer and revert back to you. And in exam section, you can just go and select the objective type of answer. It is objective type of question, and instantly you will see how much you have scored. Scoring 70% will be needed just to move to next module. If you are through the like test in the sense got more than 70%, congratulations to you for next module in advance. And by chance, suppose if you have not scored 70%, best of luck for taking the test once more and cross that boundary and enjoy the next journey. So let's look back. What are the topics we have discussed? So basically the 4 labels: basic SQL, DXL, and SRF, advanced SQL, and complex SQL. If you guys have any question, concern, you can always message me, mail me, or you can write the comments. We will be happy to see your comments and getting feedback from all of you. And that's where I get more and more energy to make videos for all of you, and all together we can go with you in SQL journey and making a very pleasant journey where it will not be kind of serious learning, but it is kind of enjoyable journey for all of you guys. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.